Hi guys, welcome to another Barb Stamps video. Today I want to show you how to dye our ribbons. We have a few different ribbons that you can dye any color that you want. The ribbon that I like the best is our organza ribbon. I find that it dyes beautifully. We have some other ribbons in our collection that are a neutrally kind of color, but I don't find that they dye as well as this. So this is the card we're going to make today. It uses the Grateful Bunch stamp set and All Things Thanks from the Occasions catalog. Grateful Bunch is from our big catalog and coordinates with the Blossom Bunch Punch. So the flowers in the Grateful Bunch stamp set coordinate with this punch. Ooh, you can see what I'm wearing. How cool is that? Anyway, so we're going to use these items today to make our card, along with some gold glimmer paper and watercolor pencils, markers, all that kind of good stuff. So what I really want to show you though is how to dye the ribbons. So let's get started with that. I have one of our embellishment containers, and I have 16, yes, I counted them. I have 16 drops of water from my faucet in my bathroom. I don't know, so it matters what kind of water. It doesn't matter how many drops you use. I just like to have an even number because then I can put in half that amount in ink. So I'm using old olive ink, and I'm going to put 8 drops of ink into this container of water. So let's do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, we got 9. That's fine. And then we're just kind of swirl it around a little bit. Swirly, 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 get it all mixed up. Okay. And then I've just got a little snippet here that I cut off the roll of the ribbon. And just for ease of doing this, I just like to roll it up, and then I just use some tweezers to hold on to it, and then I just dunk it in here, and you can see that it's just like fabric. It's just going to absorb the color and the water pretty well. Okay, and then I release that, and then I just try to pick up an end and let the excess ink drain off. You can see that it's kind of falling down to the bottom. Can you even see that? It falls down to the bottom of the ribbon, and so I just then tap it on the inside of the container to kind of get that excess ink and water off. So after it's kind of good, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of like hang it to dry, meaning I'm just going to leave it on the tweezer and I'm just going to hang it somewhere. You can try laying it on paper towels, but sometimes I find if I lay it on a piece of paper towel, that takes off more of the color. So if I just kind of, what I usually do is I take my tweezers and I prop them up on a shelf, put something heavy on them, let the rest of the water or ink drip into the container. See if we can make that happen here. So I've just got a little counter here right above me, and we're going to just lay that tweezer on there and secure that with some putty that I have. So you can kind of see my little containers right over here at the top of the screen, and the excess ink and water is going to drip right in there while we're working. So actually let me get that a little bit more out of the way. Okay, so that's going to dry while we're doing the rest. But while we're doing the rest, I did want to show you a few other ribbons that I have dyed. This one here, I did use Tip Top Taupe. And now I didn't, I probably could have put in more Tip Top Taupe ink, and it would have been a bit darker, and that may have been a little bit better, but I do like how it turned out. I've got one here with Watermelon Wonder. Isn't that flippin' just gorgeous? To find something white to lay this on so you can see how awesome it is. How about a piece of white cardstock? So this is Watermelon Wonder. Isn't that gorgeous? Here's our Tip Top Taupe. I also did Cucumber Crush. That's not just a beautiful, beautiful green. I tell you, this technique is just so cool, and this ribbon is just awesome for coloring. It's just amazing. Some Marina Mist. That's pretty cool. Dump those off. We also have these natural ribbons with the silver or gold lining down the middle, and so I tried those also too, because like I said, every ribbon it dyes differently. So here is Cucumber Crush in the silver ribbon. So you can see here's the organza, and here's the, what do we call this? Natural trim. So there's the natural trim. Pretty close, and it's got that nice silver stripe down the middle of it. Then I've got, whoops, some tip top taupe that I did with the gold natural ribbon. So you can see, and it was the same tip top taupe, same container, same ink, same everything. You can totally see the difference of how these two dyed. So this ribbon is a little more true to the tip top taupe color. So obviously tip top taupe must be made with some pinky hues, because this is actually kind of pink. I actually also took our white thick baker's twine and dyed that in the tip top taupe also. So you can totally see, depending on what the ribbons are made of, what their fabric is, they're going to dye differently. So you just have to kind of experiment and find what you like and what you don't like. I've got a card base Flirty Flamingo, which is 5.5 by 8.5 folded in half. And then I've got a 3 3/4 by 5-inch piece of Whisper White. I've done a little bit of stamping on this already. I'm going to bring in my basic black. Here's a scrap paper. And so I've already got a few of the leaves stamped on here. I just need to stamp one more, about like so. Okay, so there's my last leaf part. You can see I've already started coloring this in with my watercolor pencils a little bit. So here's my watercolor pencils. It's just one of our plastic stamp cases. I've got a little grid over here telling me, the colors, and how much color. It's just a kind of a fun chart for myself. And then I've got my blender pen in here also. So you can see I've started adding some color to the leaves. I'm going to just quickly add some more color here. And I only need to do these 3, I think, because I've got a piece of designer series paper that I'm going to add to the top. So we'll just do these few here. All right, so I've got my watercolor pencil laid down. And I'm just going to take my blender pen and then just kind of swirl this color around. Okay, so I'm going to have it kind of be dark on this side and a little lighter on this side when I bring the color over. Blend the dark and then add it to the light. Dark and then light. And I think I'm just going to kind of speed this up. Okay, so we've got that part done. Now we're going to add this piece of designer series paper. Add some glue here. Oops, I better zoom out. That's way too close. You guys are probably thinking, what are you doing, Barb? Add this right to the top. Okay. There's a little tiny excess there. I cut this little strip just a bit too long. No big deal. We'll just snip that right off. Okay. So, by the magic of TV, I already have a piece that's done, dyed, and dried. So, I'm going to show you how I add knots to my cards. I take something that's round. Our Stampin' Mist bottle works great. And then I just tie my knot onto the bottle. Okay. Oops, it's upside down. I know you're thinking to yourself, upside down, what are you talking about, Barb? It can be, trust me. Okay, so we've got that part. We're going to bring that to the front. This goes over, comes under, and then I pull on the right side. And hopefully we get a beautifully tied knot. Yes, yay. Okay, so tighten that up just a little bit. Snip off the ends here. Actually, maybe I'll do the forked end. That's always kind of a cool look. So what I do is I just fold my ribbon in half. Okay, and so here's the folded edge right here, and I'm just going to snip up, and that's going to give you that kind of cool forked look there. Again, fold the ribbon in half. The scissors go on the fold line, folded edge, and cut up. Okay. So there we have that. And then to add it to my card, I want the knot over on this area, so I'm going to kind of just lay the knot there so I know how much I need to cut. Okay, so we'll cut that. I'm going to add some fast fuse to the back of the card. I like using fast fuse for sticking ribbons down. It seems to hold really well. All right, get our knot placed where we want it. And then we're just going to wrap the ends around to the back. Stick them onto the fast fuse. Okay, got that done. And we're going to layer this onto a piece of pear pizzazz, and this measures 3 15/16 by 5 3/16. And that's going to go on to our main card base here. A little more fast fuse. Okay, we'll get that on. Isn't that cool? I just love that ribbon. Here's for the inside of the card. I've already added the leaves, and then I added some flowers and that greeting there. Get that in there. Now we just need our flowers for the front. All right, and I've got the flower trio stamped. I just colored that in with my Flirty Flamingo marker. And now I'm going to just punch that out with the Blossom punch. So we'll just kind of line these little guys up in the punch. Pop them out. And then we can add them to the card. I'm just going to add one right here, right there, and then the small one right up there. Get those glued down, and then for my final trick, I want to add a little bit to the flower middles. I've got my little scrap of gold glimmer paper here, and I've got my owl builder punch. I'm going to use it upside down so I can actually see what I'm doing. And you can see you just need the tiniest little bit of glimmer paper to add wow to a lot of projects. And then we're going to get one more piece, this little here from the cookie cutter punch. Come in and get that little corner right there. Okay. Glitter everywhere now, so I'm just going to add little tiny dots of glue to the centers of these flowers. I'm going to grab my little dowel with my poster putty on the end. And then we're just going to pick those up and put them on where I have the glue. Scoot that over just a little bit. There we go. And then I've got to put my greeting in there. And you know what? Obviously, you should do that before you get everything else done. We're going to see if we can make it happen. So I've got the You're Amazing, You Are Amazing. Grab my Flirty Flamingo ink pad. Oh my, you guys. Let's just see how this is going to go down. Okay, we want our bow out of the way. I hope this is going to work. Yay! It did! Woohoo! Okay, so even when you screw up, you don't screw up. It's just an opportunity for like what I call learning. So that is the card. Like I said, we really wanted to focus on creating ribbon. I showed you some really cool samples of the ribbons. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. I love that. Please leave comments for me. I love to answer your comments. If you have questions, please leave them below. If you need any of the supplies, please go to shoppingwithbarb.com. Use my host code, and I'll gift you with a free product. So thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.